The most famous, oh no, hold on. Sorry, my butt. All right, she is host of some of the most famous dogs on TV, and she is also responsible for some Super Bowl commercials as well. So Jordan's standing by with more on a Hollywood dog trainer. This is so cool.
Yes, everyone. Her name is Sue Chipperton. She's actually now currently living in Hawaii. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
All right, so before we get into your story, first off, we got to let everyone know which animals that you are responsible for training. So first off, let's go with the Aflac duck, right? That commercial. Also, the dog in the Taco Bell commercial, the Chihuahua. That was your dog, right?
I trained it. Yes, it belonged to my boss, but yes, I trained it.
All right, and today is Super Bowl Sunday, and some of the most popular commercials, of course, Budweiser. And you were the trainer on two of their commercials. Tell us a little bit about that and your experience and how you've got into, I guess, animal training.
Well, I started as a marine mammal trainer in Florida, and I had friends of friends that were studio animal trainers. And so I thought that sounded like a cool job. So I drove cross country to Hollywood, and I started with an animal company in Los Angeles, and I worked for them for 21 years. And yeah, before I moved to Hawaii, I was very fortunate for 2 years in a row to work on the Budweiser Super Bowl commercials with the little lab puppies. We had a whole litter of 8 puppies per commercial, and they all doubled one another.
Yeah, tell us about that. We're seeing the video right now. I believe this is Puppy Love. So what folks don't know is that it looks like it's just one puppy, but like you mentioned, you had an entire litter, and those dogs were actually already promised to owners. So you took them away for a little while to train them for this, right?
Yes, we got them from a lovely lady in Oregon, from a breeder, and they were already promised and sold to people. So we had to convince them, let us take your puppies. We're going to do some crazy training with them, maybe not related to pet training. And yeah, we had them for about a month, and we shot the commercial, and then they went to their new home. So we had 8 puppies for that commercial.
I mean, what an incredible career. I mean, not only do you train, these dogs for commercials, but also currently with TV shows, Hawaii Five-0, and for Magnum, even some movies. Last question here. What does it take to be an animal trainer, and are all dogs able to have their time on TV, or only certain types of dogs?
Generally, we look for very fearless, outgoing dogs that have a very high food drive or a play drive. You have to have some motivation from the dog to be able to train them for studio work, and you don't want them to be distracted by cameras and microphones and all the things that go on the sidelines. So we look for dogs that are very focused for food or toys.
All right, and this, we talk about actors and stuff. These animals, they can make a nice, pretty paycheck, right, for themselves and their owners as well. So we definitely encourage them to check it out. But you are also a photographer out in Hawaii. We'll have your website on screen, for folks who might want to check out some of your work as well, because it does take some special work to get these dogs focused. But again, how cool is that? We had Sue Chipperton, one of the animal trainers for some of Super Bowl's biggest and most memorable commercials. Sue, thanks so much for sharing your time with us and allowing us to see what goes on behind the scenes of some of these big commercials for Super Bowl. So we'll have that information. You can check more out from Sue. Thanks again for being with us today.
Thank you.
That's so cool. All right, before the big game starts, get your energy out. Coming up, we are breaking down a few rounds of Teen Tunes coming up. Even a pandemic can't stop us from making our low-budget halftime show. Coming up next hour, be prepared.